My name is Larry Engler, and I run a company called Poko Puppets, and I am a puppeteer. And I've been doing that since I was a kid. And so for young audiences, I go out and do arts and education workshops. And these workshops usually have at least 3 components. And one is how to make simple puppets, and the other is how to bring the puppets to life, and the third component is what are the different kinds of puppets and where do they come from all over the world.
There, I can talk without moving my lips. It's really very easy. There's nothing to it.
Puppetry is a very unique art form in the sense that in this art form, which is an ancient art form, usually the puppeteer makes his own or her own instrument. Typically, the ballet dancer does not make the shoes and tights and everything, or the percussionist typically does not make the drums. But in puppetry, not always, but typically, part of the art form is making the puppet and also then bringing it to life. And, you know, I think that we all have that in us, that there's a fascination with imbuing something with life. I always consider myself to be really in the imagination business. And puppetry is just the medium I use. And it's a really good medium for that. In other words, I'm trying to draw something out of the kids to get them to use their imagination in all kinds of ways, in problem solving and through design, and all something out of just watching a video game or a TV screen. And I think we're all trying to do that. And puppets is such a good medium because it encompasses so many things. So within a typical classroom, no matter what the nature of the whole group is, you're going to have some kids that are just natural performers. You're going to have some kids that are very good with craft, some kids that are very good with technical things, or literature, or writing. Puppetry is an art form that can combine and utilize all these different skills. I think it's just a win-win situation for the schools, the kids, and the artists to work with young audiences, because what the school gets is you have this roster of just every imaginable art form, and it's like quality tested. All those artists have been, watched and honed and have experience and, work constantly in school groups. So you're getting the most expert arts and education people, and in one-stop shopping. You have this whole roster. If you want dance, if you want puppets, if you want drama, if you want poetry, if you want basket weaving, whatever you want, there's probably somebody that can, achieve that. And so, the kids can have all this opportunity, and one year after the other to experience all these different art forms. And since the artists themselves communicate with the young audiences, you'll see so much wonderful overlap between what we do. In other words, concepts and things will overlap between dance and photography, and because we watch each other perform and we talk with each other. I mean, it's very rewarding because often I'll come into a school and do a number of sessions in a day. And so I'll see a group, and sometimes I'll do in school, but sometimes I'll come back the next week and see a group of kids, a number of times over a residency. But what happens sometimes, which really tells me that it's going over, is I've seen a group in the morning, and by the time I'm in my last group in the afternoon, suddenly I am brought to the other room to see something. And in that time, just that school day, those kids have utilized what I've taught them. They have actually made a simple puppet and do a simple puppet show for me. I mean, that's not even going home. They were so inspired. And I mean, it's just wonderful. I mean, all the artists, we love to get these cards and letters and wonderful things, but to have it that immediate where within the same day they've been so jazzed and motivated that they go and make puppets and are already starting to create puppetry. That just makes my day.